Magic the Gathering has a bunch of different formats that you can play, and you probably know at least a couple of them just off the top of your head. There's Standard, where you build a deck that's 60 cards minimum, no more than 4 of any card that's not a basic land. There's Commander, probably the most popular format nowadays, where you have a 100-card deck exactly, one of them's the Commander, and anything that isn't a basic land you can only have one of in the deck. And of course there's a bunch of limited formats, like Sealed or Draft, which is what most people know. But there's some other great ones I think more people should be aware of, so let's talk about some of them, and I'm going to introduce a few of them in a couple of different videos for you. So today I want to talk about Oathbreaker. The Oathbreaker's a lot like if Commander and Standard had a baby. You make a 60-card deck, but you can only have one of anything that's not a basic land in there, and instead of a Commander, you have an Oathbreaker, which has to be a Planeswalker, and a signature spell, which has to be an instant or sorcery in the color identity of the Oathbreaker you choose. It doesn't work like a background in Commander or something. Whatever your Planeswalker is, that is your color identity. And both the Oathbreaker and the signature spell follow Commander tax rules, so you can play them whenever from that sort of command zone, but every time after the first you play them, it costs an additional 2 colorless mana. And with the signature spell, you can only cast it when your Oathbreaker is currently on the board. That being said, any instance of Commander in the text does in fact refer to an Oathbreaker here. So for Flawless Remover, where if you control a Commander, you may cast this spell without paying its mana cost, that applies if you have your Oathbreaker out. But that being said, again, the Commander tax does apply. So every time after the first, you have to still pay 2 mana, even if your Oathbreaker's on the board. Still, all this leads to some very cool deck building, because it's this idea of synergizing a good spell with a good Planeswalker and a singleton deck that all goes together. It really forces you to focus your deck building when you only have 60 cards and only one-ofs for everything, and it makes a really cool experience. I think it's super fun. A reminder for all you sickos out there, Force of Will has the Commander tax after every time you use it, so you can't just freely keep discarding stuff to get counters. You do have to, in fact, pay 2 mana and then 4 mana after the first time, okay? I see you. Still, I'll tell you right now, you should build an Oathbreaker deck. It's very fun to play. It's officially sanctioned by Wizards, so it has a ban list and everything, and quite frankly, it's a dope time. If you see yourself going to a Magic sanctioned event, such as MagicCon Vegas, by the way, you'll see me there if you're going there, you should absolutely build an Oathbreaker deck and bring it. I promise you there will be people there playing, and it will be a good time. I'm going to be telling you all about some more formats, so keep an eye on this channel. I'd like to tell you about some new stuff that I think you're going to be wanting to check out, so give me a follow, and until next time, I'll catch you later, y'all.